You know, people will travel their whole lifetime to find a sound they're willing to listen to. All the while going through life, ignoring their own sound, ignoring their own sacred voice, ignoring their own sacred sound. You are a soul in a vessel. You are energy, and you vibrate at a frequency that is so individualistic to you that my team describes it as a fingerprint. There are many who may sound like you or similar, but there is nobody who has the same sound as you. At what point did you stop listening to yourself? At what point did your soul not matter? At what point did your voice get turned down? At what point did you start searching for somebody else's sound because you deemed yours not good enough? That couldn't be further from the truth. There is no amount of measure that God could put on you that would make your sound unworthy, that would make your soul unworthy. I keep hearing that song this morning. I think it's Hallelujah. It's like, they say there was a secret chord, like that one. David played and pleased the Lord, like, but you don't really care for music, do ya? That song. Whatever that song is, it keeps playing on repeat. And my team is over here adamant that it's time to stop listening to everybody else's sound and to start tuning into yours. Because there's something that your sound brings that others can't touch. And your sound is sacred too, because it is a frequency that mimics the divinity of the universe, that mimics the divinity of God, source, spirit. And you turn away from it every time you deny yourself the pleasure of listening to it. But listening to hear it, listening to honor it, listening to love it. I'm not really sure when that started. They're saying it's paired when you had to put childish things aside. It's paired when you started judging success by the success of others. It started with the comparison games. It started with the self-doubt. It started with the thinking that you had to fit into the same box as everybody else. You don't. And there's a part to personal strength, and there's a part to personal divinity, and there's a part to personal power, personal magic, sir, that you are learning right now. And I say sir because they are pressing the divine masculine right now to sit down and listen. They keep pulling me back to birds in my mind's eye. I keep seeing a ton of birds. Birds all have unique sound. In fact, they make several sounds within a species. And they're talking about how every sound has a purpose. And your sound resonates at a purpose that is beyond that of anybody else. Sit down today. Sit down today and listen to your sound. Sit down today and listen to your frequency. Listen to your vibration. And listen with all of yourself, because that is divinity at work. That is God at work. That is source at work. That is the universe at work. That is oneness at work. And that is your soul speaking to you. Stop denying yourself. Stop denying yourself. I want to tell you that the beginning's here. I want to tell you the beginning's right now. I want to tell you the new you, your magic, is right now. But there's a last piece that you have yet to accept. you have yet to take responsibility for, and you've yet to fully surrender in listening to. And it's your own sound. It's your own unique footprint. It's your own unique fingerprint. It is your blueprint for how you work, and in turn for the peace and the place that you hold in the universe. Get outside. The birds are calling you, and the birds are challenging you today to not play their sound, but to match their sound with your sound. And I don't know who this is going to resonate with. I don't. But you are so beyond special, you don't even see it. You are so beyond loved, you don't even see it. You are so beyond unique, you don't even see it. And in the past, you judged it as wrong. You judged it as lesser than. You judged it as unworthy. And you're being asked not to. You're being asked not to. There's a large part of what you're asking for that sits in your sound. It sits in adopting the fullness of who you are and your divinity and what you bring to the table, because you're more than just what you know. Wisdoms are great. Knowledge is fantastic. They want you to truly know your connection. Part of being the authentic you and part of embracing who you are and your magic and your passion and your fire and your energy in motion, which we call emotions, and your feelings, is to live by your sound. And make no mistake, your sound is the highest form of authenticity on this entire existence, because there is no other sound like you. And if you need a further recognition of the truth, look into energetic discernment, and don't look at it from the mind, look at it from the feeling of what energetic discernment is. To discern an energy from one thing or another, there must be differences. To discern it down to the person means there's uniqueness. To sense something, and my head is buzzing, to sense something before it physically appears, before it calls you, before any of the human things come into play, means the energy was picked up on. Means your discernment was on key. It also means the very thing that you hear is unique unto itself, but still manages to fit into and be connected to everything around it. And that is what makes it unique, how it ties in, and what sound it plays, what vibration it takes, and what essence it is. You are no different from what builds the universe. You are no different from what makes God, God. You are no different from what makes spirit, spirit. You are no different from the things, random wall tap by a bird, if you could believe that, outside the front porch. They're knocking on the door, asking you to start listening to your own sound and move accordingly. Because that's the only sound you need to be searching for.